Oh, Tube Nation. What the flip is up, Tube Nation? Welcome back to Silly Sundays. Oh yeah. As you guys know, I am uploading a silly little video every Sunday, and I'm really happy that you guys are into it. I'm glad that last Sunday it was a positive experience for you guys. It just makes me want to keep doing it. And last week, I read some things on the Reddit thread, Am I the Asshole? We're gonna do it again this week, but somebody commented a brilliant idea. I was gagged. They were like, you should do this, but have the girlies give in their submissions, like have the girlies send in like, am I the asshole? I thought that was brilliant. So I created an email address where you guys can send in your am I the asshole? So if you guys want to do that for next Sunday, the email address is just sillysundays with a Z. That's it, sillysundays@gmail.com. Try not to make it long. A few paragraphs are okay. I just don't want like really long ones because we'll never get through it. And also let me know if you want to keep it anonymous. You want names in there if you want me to read names. Maybe make up names if you're talking about somebody. Whatever you guys want to do. And I'm really excited for this. I'm excited to read your guys's because I feel like you guys are going to give me some juicy stuff. It can be like relationship stuff, friendship stuff, just anything in that realm. I don't want anything like too deep, you know? I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist by any means. That'll be really fun. It's sillysundays with a Z @gmail.com. Okay, this week we're gonna do the same thing as last week. And also if there's like any other Reddit threads you want me to read from or check out, comment them and I'll check them out. But I just had so much fun last week with this. So we're just gonna keep this going for today. But before we get started, we do have a sponsorship, so take it away, Sarah. All right, you guys, I am trying to go to the gym as of late, but I feel like a dweeb because I never know what to do. And sometimes I get so overwhelmed, I don't do any of the things I was planning on doing, and then I just go to the treadmill or like the elliptical because I'm like, that's easy, and then I just leave after. And I just hate second guessing myself so much, and sometimes I do it so much where I just don't go to the gym at all, and it's really frustrating. But I am trying to go because I want to get stronger. I feel like this past year I just haven't been really focusing on my strength, and I just feel really weak. I'm really trying to get back in it. But thanks to Ladder solved all of these issues by giving me a plan, a laid out plan by an expert coach. And it has been such a dream come true. I actually know what I'm doing now, and I love that my plan is specific for me and what I want to work on. So let me just tell you about Ladder. Ladder is a strength training app that gives you a plan from an expert coach every single day. Consider it your personal trainer without the insane cost or the inconvenient scheduling or awkward small talk, but with the same expert guidance and structured workouts to get you the results that you're looking for. And no, these aren't influencer workouts, these aren't challenges. Ladder is the real deal. And Ladder isn't like any other fitness app, and it's not an on-demand library with pre-recorded workouts, that's for sure. It's a weekly, progressive overload plan programmed by your coach for you. They've got videos, they've got demos, they've got in-ear coaching, and they've got a journal so that you can track your progress and your weights. And it's just all in all a great experience, and it makes you excited to work out. And it's a real community with your coach answering questions in your team chat and an actual team to motivate you, encourage you, and just support you. And hey, maybe your workout routine just sucks. Hey, mine did. And you're just not seeing the results and you're getting frustrated. I get you. That's because you don't have a plan. And with Ladder, you'll actually have a strength training plan with an expert coach, no matter what style of training you prefer. Ladder has strength training plans for Pilates, bodybuilding, glute-focused bodybuilding, kettlebells, strength and conditioning, and more. So whether you work out at home or at the gym, or whether you want to be a Pilates princess or a muscle mommy, ooh, there's a plan for you. There's a plan for everyone. And you can get up to 33% off. Just click the link in my description, y'all. Thank you so much, Ladder, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. All right, everybody, get cozy. Let's judge some people. Let's spend this time together analyzing other people's problems and not our own, okay? My girlfriend told me she felt I need to do something other than lay down before I go to work in the morning. What? I had woken up at 6 to go to the bathroom to shower and use the toilet before she got up, and had laid my clothes out the night before, so I decided to lay down for a bit before I go to work. She left to use the bathroom and came back to tell me it bothered her how I always just lay down every morning. She said that I have a new job. This is my second week. And that I'm not working for my father anymore. And I need to stop leaving at the last minute every day. She also said that I could be productive and get up and stretch. What the fuck? Or make breakfast or do anything. But instead I choose to waste my morning. I told her all I have left to do is brush my teeth and pack my lunch, and that I was planning on grabbing a protein bar for breakfast. Then I asked her what was wrong with laying down before work, and we had a short back and forth argument about it. But am I the asshole? Should I get up and do something before leaving the house? No. Nope. You can do whatever you want before you go to work. As long as you make it to work on time and you make it to work. Like, lay down if you want. Getting mad at somebody for laying down is so funny. Like, just getting pissed the fuck off because you just see someone laying down. Getting mad at somebody for not getting up to go stretch is crazy. Some people need to lay down before doing any big task just so they can like gather enough energy to do the task and like to get up and feel charged. Like, some people just need a second to just lay down and, I don't know, breathe. Life is hard. Laying down is not a crime. It just also seems that she may be a morning person and you're not, which is totally fine. Like, if that's really pissing her off that much and causing her so much resentment that you need to lay down, maybe she just isn't your person and maybe you guys just aren't compatible. Maybe you just need someone in your life to like just lay on your chest before work. I love laying on somebody's chest before I have to work. It's like my favorite thing. Maybe that's what you need, and maybe you're just figuring out your non-negotiables and you need someone to lay on your chest. So no, you're not an asshole. I approve of this routine. This is okay. My husband and I are almost 30 and about to have our first baby in December. Congrats, how exciting. This is after multiple miscarriages and adoption falling through. Aw. I've been telling my close family all of the details from the beginning in case I lose this baby as well. I wanted to wait to announce to the world, but my grandmother kept pestering me about just letting her tell everyone since she's so excited. Oh no, not Granny. It made her visibly distraught when I told her I wanted to announce to the world on my own terms. When I finally announced to our church, she was upset I hadn't allowed her to do it earlier because I'm already getting big enough to notice. Damn. We found out the gender last week and I told her this morning I wanted to wait to announce it to the world. I didn't want a gender reveal party, but I still wanted to be able to tell everyone on my own terms. Valid. She didn't care for my answer and told everyone in our church the gender this morning when I wasn't around. Church members began walking up to me saying congratulations on baby's gender. My sister saw I was obviously distraught and told my grandma to stop telling people, which upset her more. Grandma. Now I feel like I can no longer share information about my baby without her going behind my back and telling everyone every little detail. Yeah, that's a valid concern. My father says I'm overreacting because this baby is all she has. Get over it. She already has 3 other great-grandchildren she has nothing to do with. Ooh. T. Am I the asshole for not wanting her involved in my progress anymore? No! And also the fact that your father is backing her up saying that the baby is all she has, that's not your concern or your fault. That's on her. That she doesn't have anything else in her life to spend her energy on. And she's saying that she already has 3 other great-grandchildren that she has nothing to do with. That right there should tell you something. Why does she have nothing to do with them? It seems like grandma needs to get a hobby. We need to sign her up for a knitting club or just like a book club, just like anything. It's sweet that your grandma cares, but your grandma cares a little too much. She's trying to dictate your entire process. Like, this is your first baby. You're allowed to share whatever information you want on your own terms. This is not her baby. This is not her life. And Granny needs to get laid. Like, she needs to get laid or like do an aerobics class. Like, holy shit. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That sucks that you couldn't even share this exciting information on your own terms. That's so annoying. You're not the asshole, girl. Me and my fiance are getting married this coming May. Last week, me and my parents were discussing plans for the wedding. For the longest time, since teens perhaps, I have had my heart set on a pink wedding gown. Okay. That color makes me feel the prettiest. Okay. And I believe suits me more than white. Love that. My mom has known about this interest, but always thought it was one of those fancies which would go away. Ow. once I grew up and actually decided to get married. Well, here we are. When I brought up the pink wedding dress again during our discussion, my mom and I got into a serious argument about it. She said it would be childish and embarrassing of me to get married in a gown that color, and she doesn't want me to regret in the future looking back at my photos. I argued that there was nothing embarrassing about wearing a color I like on my special day, and even James didn't mind what color of the dress I wore. We love a supportive fiance. I also said that regret could go either way, and I could end up regretting not wearing pink in the future. So I'd rather go with the decision that makes me happy right now. Yeah, I agree. Although my dad hasn't been as vocally against the pink dress, he is starting to side with my mom, seeing how upset she is getting over this. Oh my god, this is like the same thing as the last one. Like, this is not your fucking day. Over the whole week, there has been no end in sight to this argument, with my mom bringing up multiple times how they won't pay their half for the wedding dress if I go with pink. The initial agreement was to split the bill 50-50. My brother thinks the whole argument over this color is ridiculous and told mom that he'd be happy to split the bill with me instead. Wow, I love your brother. Is he single? What does he look like? I would like to see it. I would like to see it. I honestly feel so torn over this. I'm not sure anymore if I want the pink dress that badly just because I feel hurt the way my parents reacted to it and made such a big deal out of it. On the other hand, this is what I always wanted, but I do feel like this small of a decision is causing a hitch drama for no reason. Am I the asshole? No, I don't think so at all. I think, like you said, this is your day. Weddings are supposed to make you feel like the princess that you are. A lot of girls have dreamt about their wedding day since they were little. Couldn't be me. But I'm saying, a lot of girlies have. They just want to feel like a freaking princess. It's their day. Their day. In a hetero situation, it's not really about the guy. No one really cares. They just wear a stupid black suit. Boring. Meh. It's about the girl feeling like a pretty princess. What color do pretty princesses wear a lot of the time? Pink. That's a pretty common pretty princess color. Your inner child is screaming at you to wear a pink dress at your princess wedding. Like, I think that is so cute. Look at Trisha Paytas, for example. This bitch wore a black wedding dress because guess what? She wanted to. She wanted to. And she slayed. She was being true to herself. That is what she wanted to do at her core, and because she did it, just made people fuck with her even more because she was living authentically. Girl, wear a pink wedding dress, who cares? Wear a pink sparkly wedding dress if you want, put a tiara on too, and guess what? Go barefoot. Walk down the aisle on a horse. I don't care. You can do whatever the hell you want, and if your family has a problem with it, that's not your problem. This is your day. Don't let this affect you. The fact that your brother wants to go half and half with you because he's just like, mom is tripping. Mom is tripping. Do whatever you want. You only live one life. I, 18 female, go on an annual camping trip with my dad's side of the family. We go up, barbecue, gather sticks, ooh, and swim in the lake. You know, the usual stuff. But recently, I've been dreading to go to the rips. The rips? I think she meant trips. Because my 50-year-old female aunt always has a problem with what I wear. A little context. She's an amazing aunt when it comes to me and my brother, but I feel like she's always overly harsh on me. But every single time I go anywhere, she always says that you shouldn't be wearing that. It's too inappropriate. Oh, can it? You're too young to be wearing stuff like that. Mind you, most things I wear are crop tops, and she's having a problem with it. Crop tops? She's having a problem with crop tops? Okay. Didn't she grow up like in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s? Like, crop tops are not new. It always makes me feel insecure about it, and it got to the point where I was overthinking what I should wear. Aww. I have a bathing suit that I haven't worn for a year. I bought it with my money last year. Just never wore it because of what my family would say. But I decided to wear it because I really wanted to wear it before it doesn't fit me. So we were getting ready to go to the lake. I changed, put some shorts on, but since it was hot, I just let my bathing suit top on. I went to go get something from her area of the tent. Immediately she asks me, what am I wearing? I said calmly that this is my bathing suit. She says to go back and put a shirt on and to learn to respect yourself. Are you kidding me? It's a bathing suit. You're at the lake. It made me feel very insecure that she thinks I'm not respecting myself. She never said anything again, but she avoided me the rest of the trip. Now I'm wondering if I'm the asshole for wearing something I knew she would be uncomfortable in. What? I'm just sick of always thinking about what to wear and how others will react to it. So am I the asshole? No! Not at all. Oh, the fact that you're self-conscious because you don't want other people to feel uncomfortable about what you're wearing. She's wearing shorts and a bathing suit top at the lake. What does she want you to wear? Does she want you to wear a rash guard? Like, also it's hot. It's summer and you're wearing a bathing suit top at a family function. What? Respect yourself. And everybody wears crop tops. I don't know one person that doesn't wear a crop top. You need to tell her to stop commenting on your outfits and your body. And however she feels about what you wear has nothing to do with you. It has so much to do with her. So you need to tell her how you feel because that is ridiculous. And if she keeps doing it, tell her that you're just gonna distance yourself from her. You're 18 years old. You're allowed to express yourself and wear whatever the fuck you want. You're an adult. And also, she's not your mom. She's not your parent. She's your aunt. She's your aunt. Tell her to zip it. If I were you, I would just giggle at her face and then just crack open a brewski and just give it to her and be like, looks like you need this. Because what are we doing? What are we doing? Maybe make her a hot dog or something. Be like, are you just hungry? Where is this coming from? Do you want me to make you a hot dog? Do you like ketchup, mustard? Do you want relish? Do you want the bun? I can chop it up. What is up with me and hot dogs? I don't know. I'm like obsessed with hot dogs right now. I went to Costco the other day and I ate 2.5 hot dogs. I cannot stop thinking about hot dogs. I honestly want one right now. Woo! I might go to Costco after this, I'm not joking. I love the Costco dogs, dude, at the food court. Oh my god, and they're so cheap too, and you get a drink. Ugh. Wow. Also, tell your parents, if you have parents, tell them about your aunt being fucking sus. Like, that's just weirdo behavior. You are not the asshole. Live your life. So my wife decided that she was going to try a new recipe for dinner tonight. Ooh. It's a one-pot chicken thing with orzo. She ordered the groceries online this morning and then went to collect them around 11 a.m. She got back home around midday and unloaded everything from her car. Flash forward to 5:30 p.m. After 5 minutes of dinner preparing sounds, I hear a loud, "What the fuck? Where is the chicken gone?" from the kitchen. I naturally assume that she forgot to order it, but she assures me that there is a chicken somewhere. Where is this going? Eventually, she tracks it down. It's been in the boot of our car all afternoon. The boot of our car. I'm assuming that's like the trunk, right? Not like under the hood. That'd be something. The boot. Is that a thing? Do people say that? Now, the chicken wasn't a frozen chicken. The chicken was a whole, fresh, raw chicken in a sealed bag. Although it wasn't a particularly warm day, we still had a high of 16 degrees Celsius, 16 Fahrenheit. And our car was sitting out in the sunshine all afternoon. Ooh. After finding the chicken, I tell my wife, I don't want to eat the chicken. She tells me, we're going to eat the chicken. I go back to the couch and start Googling how long you can leave chicken in the car for. I go back to the kitchen and tell my wife, hey, I don't want to eat the chicken. She tells me, we're going to eat the chicken. I explain that I've Googled it and hey, we shouldn't eat the chicken. She keeps preparing the chicken. Oh my god. We have a back and forth like this for a while, at which point I pitched the idea that she can have the chicken and I can just make something simple for my dinner. She's not thrilled because she wanted to make this meal for me. At this point, I tell her I'm not gonna eat it, and I feel like I'm being made to eat a chicken against my will. Yeah. She then proceeds to walk out the door, get in the car, and head off and search for another chicken from the store. I feel like a bit of an asshole about it. I also feel like we may have wasted a perfectly good chicken. I don't think you're the asshole. I feel like that's perfectly valid to be concerned, especially if the chicken was just out in the sun all day. Hey, food poisoning exists. I would be scared about that. I'm so scared about food being left out or like even food going bad in the fridge past the expiration date. Like even on the expiration date, I'm like, okay, we're done. I don't take any chances with that stuff. I'm so weird about that stuff. So I get you. I am not eating the chicken either. Like you can go ahead. If you start barfing, hey, I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I told you so. That chicken was in the car all day. Ew. And also salmonella. Somebody in the comments said, I have a friend that required anal surgery after eating bad chicken. Their diarrhea was so bad, they ended up with an anal fistula. Fistula as in the bacteria ate through the wall of the rectum. Oh My God, this person had to get anal surgery because they ate bad chicken. You are completely in the right. You're not the asshole. And neither is your wife. Just don't leave chicken in the car. My roommate, let's call him Alex, and I moved in together last year. Since day one, he's been inviting friends over, blasting his music, and yelling down the hallway. Oh God. I've asked him to reduce the volume a couple of times, but all he does is roll his eyes and say, "Bro, chill. We've been friends since kindergarten." But guess how we both got into summer school? Ooh, the shade. About a month ago, I finally told him, look, if you're gonna keep making noise, I'm charging you for the white noise machines and earplugs because my mental health is a thing here. I love that. He nearly fell on the floor laughing and said he'd dial it back, but he didn't. Last week, I received a C+ on an essay I worked on until 3 a.m. because his buddies were screaming in the kitchen at 2 a.m. That's so annoying. Ugh. They just have no sense of awareness to their surroundings. And they have no respect for you as a person. Like, they don't care that you're being disturbed because they're selfish. Oh my God. Okay. So when he approached me yesterday and asked if he could invite a few friends over, I said, no. Finals are literally next week and I have to study. Period. He got mad, said that I'm being controlling and that everybody needs to blow off steam. He even threatened to go and see a lawyer if I don't let him have a party? Maybe being too uptight. I mean, I gave him a second chance every time, but he never actually respected my boundaries either. So am I the asshole? Nope. The fact that he's threatening to get a lawyer because he can't throw a party? He sounds really selfish and I kind of hate him. Why does he have to have a party at your guys' place? Like, why can't he go over to one of his friends' house? Why does it always have to be your place? That pisses me off. You're not being controlling because you want peace and quiet. What would he try to sue you for? I don't understand this. It seems like you need to move out immediately. Get a new roommate. This energy sucks and I'm so sorry. And you're getting bad grades. You had to go to summer school because you live with the person who does not stop partying. Start packing. You are not the asshole he is. There are little things that drive all of us crazy. True. For me, it's being interrupted mid-sentence, especially when it's not for anything urgent, just because the person got distracted or felt like switching topics. I find it incredibly disrespectful when someone cuts me off without letting me finish, and then doesn't even circle back to what I was saying. Yeah, that just means that they don't care. They don't care. They're not listening. And everybody just wants to be heard. Okay. It makes me feel like what I say doesn't matter and that they weren't really listening in the first place. Exactly. One thing that I particularly hate is when someone answers the phone right in the middle of talking. No, sorry. No, just a moment. Nothing. Just picking up the call as if I wasn't even there. That's like psychotic. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't think I've ever witnessed that in real life. That's like actually the rudest thing I've ever heard. My husband knows that this bothers me. I've told him many times every time it happens, yet he keeps oh my God, your husband is doing this? The man that you married, the man that you wore a pink wedding dress for? He'll interrupt me to take a call, to comment on something completely unrelated, and never comes back to the conversation I was trying to have. Oh my God, that's probably my biggest pet peeve ever. I get it. When I call him out, especially after the umpteenth time, I'm admittedly frustrated. Yep. I raise my voice, I say I'm tired of not being listened to, and that's when he turns it around on me. He says I'm hysterical, that I always overreact, and that I need to calm down and control myself. Oh my God. Classic. But I feel like I do control myself most of the time. I've made so many efforts over the years to adapt to him, to not upset him, to be considerate, yet I feel like that consideration is never reciprocated. And when I finally get upset after being ignored, dismissed, or talked over, I'm the one who's too much. So, am I the asshole for getting angry when he interrupts me again and again? No! I feel like you could go even harder with this. Oh, if this was me. Every time he would start talking, I would just get up and walk away. Every time he shares something about his day or something exciting, I would literally be like, and then just turn around and walk out the door. I would walk out the door and get in my car and just drive to Wendy's or something. Get me a Baconator and then come home with the Baconator. He's gonna be like, why the fuck? And I'm gonna be like, what? I was hungry. You were talking and then I got hungry. And then just start eating the Baconator. And after a few times be like, doesn't feel too good, does it? This is what you do to me every time I open up my mouth. Imagine how I feel. Imagine how tired I am. When he comes home from work and he starts talking, I want you to turn on your Alexa. I want you to play Pink Pony Club and just start twirling around in the kitchen while he's trying to talk to you. Pink Pony Club! Just like start singing. It doesn't feel good. Or whenever he starts talking, I want you to pick up your phone and just FaceTime somebody. Just so he hears the of you FaceTiming somebody. And if nobody answers the FaceTime someone else until someone answers. And if that works, slay. If it doesn't work, maybe it's time to either go to couples therapy if you really want to work on things, because that's like a huge part of a relationship. That's like the most important part of a relationship is communication and feeling like you're being heard and seen and safe. Safety is at the top of the pyramid of a relationship. My dad always tells me that. Feeling safe is at the top. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel listened to or cared for, and that's all like being safe at the top, everything on the bottom is just gonna crumble. Like it's not harmonious. I think you guys need to go to couples counseling, or you just need to kind of look at your marriage and see if you want this. See if this is something about him that could even change. If he's even willing to change it. And if he's not, start packing. I feel like this episode should just be called Start Packing. Like, for everybody. I also don't like that he turns it on you when you're trying to express how you feel. Like, fuck that. You're not the asshole. Hello, all. I love that. I'm just imagining her like, hello, Reddit. My boyfriend, early 30s, and I, late 20s, are currently working on getting back together. We dated for 2 years and I ended it because he was beginning to be too needy / suffocating. Ooh. Not good. I was invited to a family friend's house for a kid's pool / birthday party. I told them I might go. I told my boyfriend about it just to be open with him, and he's mad that I didn't ask if he's invited as well. Okay. This family friend is extremely particular about who comes to their house, and I told him that. He told me that we are one. And if I'm invited, so is he. This has caused an argument between us that's still ongoing 2 days later. Am I wrong for not asking? No. He wasn't invited. Why does he want to go to a kid's pool party so bad? That's something to look at. Also, you guys are not one. You guys are two individual people who are allowed to have different friends and be invited to different things. And also, this is your boyfriend. This is not your husband. If this was your husband, maybe this would be a little different. Still, you guys are not one person. But no, this is your boyfriend and you guys are not one. That's crazy. If a guy ever said that to me, hasta luego. Get out of my face. We are not one. And guess what? You need to look back on, hey, why did you guys break up in the first place? Oh, because he was too needy and suffocating? Has he changed? No. Do you want to be with someone like this? It doesn't seem like it. Because why'd you break up with him in the first place? Do you want to feel like you can't breathe for your entire life? Just think about that. He wasn't invited, and probably for a reason. You should also look at that angle too. And no, you're not the asshole. That's crazy. I absolutely hate baby voice. Okay, that's a strong opening. Probably a personal ick that has developed because it's usually used for mockery and or belittling someone. And I made it very clear to my partners that I won't talk to them if they use a baby voice. Okay, that's a clear boundary. My girlfriend knows this, and when she uses a baby voice, I will usually just ignore it. Of course, she takes this as egging her on sometimes, but I just tell her I really don't like it. Here's where I might be the asshole. We were talking on the phone and she started using a baby voice. I asked her to stop and she mocked me, so I simply hung up. She called back immediately and said I was immature because I can't take a joke. If she starts talking to me in a baby voice, I simply want to stop talking to her. Totally. Am I being too uptight and an asshole for not allowing her to make jokes in a baby voice? Is it unreasonable to expect her to not speak to me like that? This is just a personal preference, and it is completely okay to tell somebody that it bothers you. It seems like this is a constant reoccurring conversation that you're having with this person, and they still don't respect you enough to stop doing it. They don't care that it bothers you. They think it's funny that it bothers you. I'm sorry, buddy, but she's gotta go. I remember when I was like in middle school, oh my god, for some reason, I always used to talk in a baby voice around my sister's friends. It was really weird. It was only when my sister had her friends over, and this went on till like middle school. And I think it was just like this thing because I felt really shy around my sister's friends, and I kind of like felt like I was a little baby whenever I was around my sister's friends because they were just older and they were cooler, and I just felt so shy, and I just wanted to seem cute or just like cuter because I was like a little baby. I'm Rachel's little sister, and I just talk, I don't know. It was weird. Like, it was cute for like a few years, but once I got to 6th grade and I kept doing it, I was crossing a line. And my cousin who is my sister's age, she lived in Southern California, but every single summer she would come to Oregon and stay with us for the summer. I didn't talk like a baby in front of my cousin. Like, that's my cousin. That's my fam. You know, I don't feel like to her. So she was over, and my sister invited her other friends over for a pool party while my cousin was here. And my sister was always so nice. She like allowed me to hang out with her and her friends. I was like out by the pool, and I remember my sister's friend Becky, who I thought was so cool. Becky was talking to me, and I was like talking like I don't know. And then my cousin, oh my god, from like across the pool, this was kind of mean, and I can see that now, but from across the pool, she was like, "Sarah, stop talking like that. You don't talk like that. Talk normal. You're not a baby. You're in 6th grade." I just remember I was like that shook me to my core. Like, my cousin called me the fuck out in front of my sister's friends. I was so embarrassed. I started crying. My cousin did apologize after. She was like, "That was really harsh. I'm sorry. I'm just like so sick of you talking like that. Like, that's not your real voice." And I was like, totally. But honestly, like, I needed to hear that. Ever since my cousin yelled at me, I stopped doing that. Also, I had to stop doing that because my cousin did expose me in front of all my sister's friends. So if I kept doing that, it just would be weird. I'm glad my cousin yelled at me. I'm not saying to do that to her. This is a completely different situation. I don't even know why I just went on that tangent. This just reminded me of that. But hey, I gave my cousin the ick, and she drew a boundary. It was in a harsh way. Maybe don't do it like that. But that shit really bothers people, and I learned that the hard way. So no, you're not the asshole is what I'm trying to say. Now I'm like re-traumatized. I'm like, why do I kind of want to cry? That was so sad. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you guys subscribe for new videos every Sunday. Silly Sundays, baby. If you want to submit your own Am I the Asshole situation, make sure you email me at sillysundays@gmail.com. Remember to not make it too long. And yeah, love you guys so much. I will see you next Sunday. Give me some juicy stuff. Love you guys.